The natural gas industry has sold gas as a climate solution for decades, and this study underpins that campaign. I'm Rebecca John, and I'm an author of The Fraud of Clean Natural Gas: How Big Oil and Gas Created the Myth that Natural Gas is a Climate Solution. So at the end of the 1980s, growing concerns about global warming and rising levels of carbon dioxide were causing policymakers and the public to consider alternative forms of energy. One option was shifting reliance on coal and oil towards natural gas, which has lower carbon dioxide emissions, but higher rates of methane, which is 80 times more powerful a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. Really, the $64,000 question became, how great were the gas industry's methane emissions? The gas industry needed what you might call a statistically defensible number that it could present to the public to say, look, our methane emissions are really small, therefore gas can be sold as a potential climate solution. The methane emission study was conducted by the Gas Research Institute, which was the research arm of the natural gas industry, in partnership with the US EPA. The gas industry not only funded the study, but it also was involved in the design, the process, and the review of the study. It found a very low rate of methane emissions, only 1.4% of the total methane that was going through the gas industry operations. The oil and gas industry proceeded with great confidence to sell gas as a climate solution, even though the authors of the study themselves had referred to its limitations. So when I discovered the existence of this study and I saw how influential it had been, I had so many questions. So we submitted a Freedom of Information Act request asking for any documents or records that had not already been made available. We saw very quickly that the technical review panel was made up of people from the American Gas Association, from Shell, from Texaco, and from the gas utility Consolidated Edison. The other thing we saw was the EPA struggling to cope with the sheer complexity and the volume of the information it had, and lacking the expertise to evaluate this methodology and the results. So here we have another memo, and it's from one of the EPA staffers involved in the study, writing in handwritten notes to his boss saying, look, I've reviewed the methodology, but I'm unlikely to find problems even if they exist. I think the most shocking thing in these documents is the degree to which industry had such tight control over the study that then formed such a huge basis for calculating methane emissions from the natural gas industry, leading to a chronic undercounting of methane emissions, but also underpinned the gas industry's campaign to deceptively market gas as a climate solution.